Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to a new what I eat in a day video. Haven't filmed one of these in quite a while for you guys, so hope you enjoy it. Give it a thumbs up if you do, and make sure you hit the subscribe button and that your bell notifications are turned on. But in this video, I'm going to basically jump right into the food for you guys. I'm going to show you my protein shake, and then I have 3 super easy recipes, so I hope you enjoy it. So as you saw at the beginning, me and the pups usually go on a morning walk if the weather is good, and then I come home and do a workout. I work out for about 30 minutes and then I stretch for 30 minutes. And then lately I've added in a protein shake, just something new that I'm trying to see how I feel. I've always kind of been anti-protein shake because I don't really love them. I'm trying this one from Garden of Life, and it is pretty good. The powdery texture is not too bad. That's usually my issue with protein shakes. So if y'all have any really awesome vegan protein shakes, please let me know down below. This is the best one I've tried so far. So if you have any suggestions, let me know. But I just blended up with some almond milk, a green powder from the Reserve, and then some sulfurzyme powder from Young Living, and then I add in some wild blueberries and some ice. For breakfast, I made another batch of my oatmeal banana cookies. I've been making these so much. If you follow me on Instagram, you've probably seen them so many times. They are so good. It's just like a different way to eat oatmeal, basically. And I eat it with a giant Honeycrisp apple. And then I filmed the recipe a few days ago on my older camera, but I will go ahead and insert that now so y'all can see how to make them. I also have the recipe up on my Instagram, so make sure you're following me there and try them out. They're really, really good. This batch I actually added a tablespoon of flaxseed too, so we'll see how that goes, but they're just so good, and the dates in them end up tasting like caramel. Seriously, try them. They're so good. Alright you guys, these cookies are super delicious and extremely easy to make. There's only 4 ingredients. You need ripe bananas, some dates. My favorite are these from Julie's. You can get them on Amazon. I'll link them below. Pumpkin pie spice, or you can just use cinnamon with a little bit of nutmeg, whatever you have on hand. And then I'm using gluten-free rolled oats. So I am also making a double batch here. It made about, I think, 14 cookies. But you can also make a regular batch, I guess, and it makes about 8 cookies, and that's the recipe I have on my Instagram. So I am doubling it here, so I guess depending on how many bananas you have, make as much as you want. So I'm mashing up 4 bananas, dumping in some pumpkin pie spice, and then I'm just going to chop up 6 dates really finely, and then add in 2 cups of the oats, mix it up, and spoon it on a pan. And then you're just going to cook it at 350 Fahrenheit for about, if you're doing this double batch, I would do 25 minutes, and then you might have to put it in for a few more minutes, just depending on your oven. Super quick and easy. These make great breakfast and snacks as well. So when they come out of the oven, you just want them to be a little golden on top, and then I always check the bottom of them as well. If they are not coming up as like one solid cookie, I would put them back in for a few more minutes. You want it to come up like that so it all stays together and there's a little bit of brown on the bottom. So for lunch this day, I had sweet potato tacos. I just had a random craving for them, and I looked up a few recipes and people were saying you had to roast the potatoes for like 30 minutes and all this stuff, and I said nobody has time for that. So I threw this whole thing together in about 20 minutes with just stuff I had on hand. So I grabbed some spices, some sweet potatoes of course, and I had a can of this tri-bean blend from Walmart, and I said perfect, I can throw that into a little saucepan and heat those up. And then I had this green leaf lettuce that I needed to eat, and I'm also doing gluten-free right now, so I was going to use those as my taco shells. And then I had some zucchini that I needed to use within the next few days, so I said perfect, I will try the spiralizer for the first time and throw those in as well. So here is just kind of what I came up with. So I will have all the ingredients I used to put this together down in the description box for you guys. This green leaf lettuce was probably not the best choice, but it's just what I had. It kind of fell apart on me, but it was still so delicious. I would maybe try romaine if you want to do it like a taco. So for leftovers, I'll probably just chop the lettuce up and eat everything as a big salad. But here is what it turned out to be. I had it all set up for an Instagram photo, as you do, but my camera died mid me putting my tacos together. But I laid down the zucchini, sweet potatoes, beans, and then I added some of this corn and chili tomato-less salsa from Trader Joe's, a little bit of Ortega taco sauce. This adds such good flavor. It's oil-free, has a tiny bit of sugar in it, but it adds such good flavor. And then I had some diced green onion on top, and you guys, it was so, so delicious. For dinner, I am making one of my new favorite recipes. It's a Tex-Mex brown rice and lentils from Miss Nisha. She is known as Rainbow Plant Life here on YouTube and on Instagram. She also has an amazing blog, so I will have all of her links and her cookbook linked down below. Make sure you go show her some support. She makes some incredible food. I know you will enjoy it. So for this recipe, it's super easy. You are going to make a seasoning blend, chop up some veggies, and throw everything in the Instant Pot, and it is so delicious, and the leftovers taste even better the next day. So I'm going to show you how to make it right now. So the first thing I'm going to do is put together the seasoning blend. This blend of spices smells so good. I need to make just a big batch of it and keep it on hand to add to dishes, but I will have the measurements down below for you guys, or if she has this posted anywhere, I will leave her link down below. But it is chili powder, cumin, paprika, onion, dried oregano, and a little bit of salt and pepper, and it is so good. All right, next step, super simple. I'm measuring out my brown rice and my green lentils and going to give them a really good rinse. Anytime you're making rice or lentils, make sure you rinse them really, really well. So the recipe says you can use brown or green lentils. I had a big bag of green lentils from nuts.com, so that's what I'm using. And then after I rinse those really well, I'm going to chop up my bell peppers. Don't judge me, I'm not a pro chopper. I just get the job done, and I like it a little chunkier as well, so I'm not doing a fine dice or anything like that. And I think the recipe called for a red and green pepper, but I don't do green peppers. They're just not my favorite, so I'm using red and orange. Last time I did red and yellow, and they both turned out perfect. The last two things I need to chop up are a onion, so I'm using a yellow sweet onion, and then I'm going to do 8 garlic cloves. I think the recipe calls for 6, but I always do extra garlic. And then also the recipe calls for 3 fresh tomatoes that you dice up, so you can use fresh tomatoes if you have those on hand. I just prefer canned diced tomatoes because I'm not a tomato eater, so that's what I'm going to use instead. And then the next thing you're gonna do is just throw everything into your Instant Pot. That's what I love about this recipe. I literally had to chop 3 things, rinse some rice and lentils, and that's it. Oh, and I mixed up some veggie bouillon with some water because the recipe calls for 4 cups of veggie broth. So I just threw in all of the veggies that I chopped up with the rice and lentils, and then I'm gonna add in the seasoning blend and give everything a really good stir. And then I'm just going to start throwing in all of the liquids and canned goods. So you need a small can of chopped green chilies. I'm using mild because a little bit of a baby when it comes to spice. And then I'm going to add in my can of diced tomatoes if you're not using fresh tomatoes. And then I'm going to put in about half a can of crushed tomatoes. I couldn't find a smaller can, so that's why I'm using half. Throw in the veggie broth, give it a good stir, pop it in the Instant Pot for 12 minutes, and then you just want to make sure that it is on sealed and let it cook, and it's absolutely delicious. You cannot tell me that that does not look so good. My mouth is watering doing this voiceover. I need to make more. So here's my giant bowl of it. Again, I'm using a little bit of the Ortega taco sauce. Actually, I use quite a bit of this. It adds a little bit of a spice and it's really good. And like I mentioned, there's no oil in it. It has like 1 gram of sugar in it, so it's fine. And then I'm diced up half an avocado and it kind of melts into it and it's so creamy and delicious. So that is it for this What I Eat in a Day video. I hope you guys enjoyed me showing all of the different recipes. If you try anything, let me know. Tag me on Instagram if you post any food photos, and subscribe if you're new. I'll talk to you guys in my next video. Have an amazing week. Love you guys. Bye.